Oh, hey, that shout out is wrong now. That link will not work anymore. I also changed all the Discord links. Sorry, I will change this one real quick right now. So all the Discord links are much nicer. Yeah, so all the Discord links are much cleaner now. They are just, if you ever need to, they are discord.gg/the wolf and the kid. We got a custom link there for you guys now. Make sure, if you want to take a look, that's the best way to do it. Yes. Yeah, that was my bad. That was one of the ones that slipped through and I forgot. I want to try and make it very easy to find, but then also, there's just these random, people could make like a ton of invites and stuff, and I wanted to just kind of clap down on that. Cool. So let's go. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing in, I saw this thing about the developer of Terraria, or Terraria, however you would like to say it, has said that it has been difficult to move on after 12 years. And so I'll kind of go through this real quick just so that I can explain what their whole point of this was. So the developer Relogic has revealed that it has been hard to move on and start a new project owing to the success and demand generated by the 2011 called game. After 12 years, the game is still selling like hotcakes. Yeah, so there's so much demand, it makes it hard to move on. So apparently the game is still selling like crazy, and it's making it quite difficult for developer Relogic to move on because it's still so successful. It's like the best worst scenario to ever have. Like, oh my god, this is so difficult. Yeah, Limbo, how is I meant to ask too, how is Resident Evil 4 been? Yeah, pretty good problem. Yeah, I've gotten to play like a good handful of hours of Terraria, but I could definitely put in more. So this was kind of some interesting things that I saw. The article also brought up during its 12-year lifespan, Terraria has expanded significantly in scope thanks to a slew of patches and free content updates. It is now one of the best-selling games of all time, with over 44 million copies sold as of May 2022. It is also one of the most played games in Steam history, boasting a concurrent player peak of almost 490,000 in May of 2022. And with a current all-time approval rating of about 97%. So, yeah, just one of those games that you can put some time, you can put some effort into. I've never played. It's definitely worth checking out if you ever get a chance to. But it's not one that I think is essential, Ray. I think it's not as big a deal as it's making it out to be. But it is a good time. Terraria is like I kind of equate it to like a 2D side-scrolling version of like Minecraft almost, where you can build a lot, you can explore, and then you can fight bosses and stuff. It's kind of gathering and stuff. Side-scrolling Minecraft, but more combat-based. Yes, there you go. Exactly what I'm feeling, man. And it's very good. It's very good. I'm not even saying anything about it. It's just I just also don't think that it's gonna be for everybody. But it's one of those ones that if you're not into the combat part of it, you can do more of the base building stuff. But if you have multiple players and stuff, it can become a lot better, where you could kind of delegate the workout and stuff too, where somebody who wants to base build, could do that, and the combat people could do the combat stuff. Free on PlayStation Plus. I'll be streaming, and I never beat it. Maybe this time I'll be able to beat it. Hell yeah, Casper! I'm excited to see that, buddy. Yeah, Alan Wake Remaster looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. I should say Alan Wake 2 looks like it's gonna be really cool. The remaster is just icing on the cake. I know Alan Wake, you also like pick up like one of the collectibles is like thermoses of coffee or something. Count me in. All right, let's move on. Like I said, I'm gonna see if we can. We're gonna slightly see if we can speed run these news today. Cody has a coffee problem. I sure do. Daniel Kaluuya, I think that's how you say his last name. Excuse me if I am slightly wrong on it. Is making a Barney movie that is going to be surrealistic and for adults. It looks as though the upcoming live-action Barney movie isn't really for kids. During an interview with The New Yorker, Mattel executive Kevin McKeon revealed that Daniel's take on the talking dinosaur is more for grown-ups. We're leaning into the millennial angst of the property rather than the fine-tuning for the kids. It's really a play for adults. It's not that it's rated R, but it focuses on some of the trials and tribulations of being a 30-something growing up with the Barney. Just the level of disenchantment within the generation. So just kind of like, I think it's going to be interesting. Looks good. Yeah, it does look good. Wait, what? Yeah, so they're going to make like I'm guessing it's kind of be like almost like a Barney kind of like almost like a documentary, but not a documentary, like an actual film. God, what is I'm trying to think of like exactly what I'm thinking. Barney eats furries. I don't think that's true. I don't think so, Ron.
Authorization code.
So just kind of interesting. I'd be interested to see if this ends up panning out as like a interesting movie or not. Whenever we get a trailer or anything, make sure we'll watch it over here. So we'll keep an eye out for this one. Cool. Barney. It's weird that this is kind of this is the stuff now, right? You know, this is the stuff we get. But also, if anybody doesn't know, Daniel Kaluuya, I think it's Kaluuya. That is the main actor from Get Out. He was also in that other one that just came out recently. That was by the same director. I cannot think of what that movie was called. But quite a good actor. So I guess I think this is his directorial debut? Nope. Yeah, it was Nope. That's right. That movie was really good too. I liked Nope. But this is supposed to, I think that's gonna be kind of like, I don't know if it's his directorial debut, but it should be something like that. So I'm excited to see him do some things.
Next location.
Oh, F off, IGN, with your stupid shit. I still have to see that. You should. It's very good, man. So Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, which was originally a Star Wars film, looks a lot like Star Wars. Strange how that works. But I've seen the images. We'll go through it. It does look like Star Wars. Zack Snyder's upcoming Rebel Moon, which was originally pitched as a Star Wars movie, still looks a lot like a Star Wars movie. Empire shared a handful of first look images for Netflix's upcoming sci-fi film. And while they're all reminiscent of Star Wars, it's one in particular that stands out. A woman wielding two blades of red light. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Let's zoom back in here. So let's pull up some of these images real quick so that you guys can just take a look at them, so we can all enjoy these great pictures that are totally not Star Wars. So, I mean, look at it looks this looks great. It looks, whatever. Looks a little Star Warsy. Anthony Hopkins voices a mysterious robot, Jimmy. Oh, interesting. She was great in Kingdom. Bayduna. Even her name sounds Star Warsy. So listen, I was gonna show these off. Oh my god, this green screening looks really ass right here. This doesn't look so bad on him, but whatever technique they're doing here is not looking good. I just was like, oh wow, they really weren't gonna try this, or they really were gonna not even try. Looks like a K droid. That's what I thought too, man. Boom, roasted. I mean, listen, did you see how bad that looked? Snyder insists that Rebel Moon wouldn't have worked as a Star Wars film, though, telling Empire there were many reasons it didn't come to be. Quote, the sale of Lucas Films to Disney had just happened. There was that window where, who knows what's possible. I was like, I don't want any of your characters. I don't want anything to do anything. I don't want to do anything with any known characters. I just want to do my own thing on the side. It should be R-rated, and then that was almost a non-starter. All right, well, so he got shut down pretty quickly after having ideas. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm excited to see this. It looks like it could be pretty cool. I think Zack Snyder's a pretty good director. He's got a style. It's very him. So. We'll be interested to see. Also, I will give this just as a mini update in the middle of the news here. I did finish the first part of season 3 of The Witcher. So I have seen, it's only 5 episodes. I have seen it. It's not bad. It's okay. 5 episodes is quick though. So, if anybody is interested, I mean, definitely, I would say check it out. The back half of the series or the season could be pretty good. I'll be interested to see what they're gonna do at the end, because they're gonna have to start to transition over to Liam at the end of the season at some point. Coworker told me that there were some bad green screen moments. Got me worried. I don't remember any bad green screen moments. I didn't see any bad green screen. No, at least I didn't remember. That doesn't sound good. I don't remember any of that. But 2 parts of the season 2. They just split the season in half. Like, they're just releasing it the first part of the season, and then they're doing the second part of the season at the end of this month. They just were splitting it up a little bit. I don't know exactly why, but I think the point where they stopped is a good stopping point. It's a good little cliffhanger, just a little like, so you get less than a month in between the 2 parts of the season, just to kind of, you can get through it, and then you can kind of but they're really starting to tease some things that are interesting to me, but I feel like, I don't know, I think it's too soon to start to tease them. So, without going further into it, I'm not gonna, spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Let's move on. Oh man, guys, I don't know how much of this stuff is still going to be true at this point. I don't know. They didn't. Long lost brother Gerald or Gerald is taking over for Geralt. Bro, stop. That would be hilarious. You need to finish up season 2. Yeah, listen, take your time, Casper. It's not going anywhere. But I think the series has been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. I don't dislike it. In the 5 episodes, I think I ran through it. Me and my girlfriend, we did it in like 2 or 3 nights. So it's easy to. That one was pretty nice actually, just to have those 5 we could binge through and then not have to worry about it. And they give you a nice little recap at the beginning. Chef's kiss. So the other night, I saw this as it was kind of happening. Twitter announces a daily tweet limit. So Elon Musk announced a daily Twitter limitation as thousands report problems seeing tweets. So apparently there's this issue where people are using Twitter to data scrape. And so apparently Twitter is trying to fix the issue. And so they did this whole thing where if you were a new account, you could see 300 tweets a day. If you were an old account but unverified, you could see 600. And if you were a verified account, you could go up to 6,000. And then at some point, this kind of like, it got blown up to be like more and more and more. So like I think at some point it like became like 500, 1,000, 8,000, something like it just ended up becoming more and more. Like people were getting like real pissed because they would like run into this problem where it was telling you that your rate limit had been exceeded. The reason I wanted to bring this up was not because who the fuck cares about seeing that much tweets? Who the fuck do you need to see 300 tweets from? So I guess if like you were in like a specific thing and there was a couple of replies and you were going through and like scrolling past to read some of the replies, even if you didn't look at those specific replies, they counted as tweets that you had seen. So it's not necessarily that you would be like reading 300. Like if you stopped at each one, then you're getting all 300. But if not, even if you scrolled past them, they were still technically, you still technically saw them. So it's wild. Excuse me. So, oh goodness, oh, I'm dying. It's not a feature. It was a preventative measure. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was a preventative measure to help stop off people data scraping. So people like pretty much scraping Twitter for like people's data and being able to pull all this information. So that way, if you were a new user and you're trying to data scrape, you can only see 300. So you can get very little information, instead of just being able to see everything. So, I mean, listen, it's not a great idea. Twitter's just whatever. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. So as soon as you hit your rate limit, what was happening was it would then ping the server back, like apparently like 10 times every second. And apparently pretty much Twitter just ended up DDoSing itself. Twitter didn't pay a bill to Google, which limit their ability to deliver tweets, so they shut down viewing tweets if you aren't signed in, which means every site that had a tweet started requesting the data. So to fix not paying their bills, they accidentally started a DDoS attacks against themselves. Nothing to do with data scraping. It was a cover up of their fuck up. Yeah, and that could be true. Listen, I'm not even gonna try and pretend like I know what the real reason was. But the DDoSing part was the part that really fucking made me laugh. Was whatever they were doing, this whole limitation, whatever the reason was that they started it, they just pretty much ended up starting to ping like every person just started to pretty much ping their servers. Like I said, I think it was like 10,000 like 10 times a second. and it was just continuous. And so from like my very basic knowledge of like a DDoS attack is where like people will send like tons and tons and tons of requests to servers, pretty much overwhelming the servers and making it so that they can't report back anything because they're just so overwhelmed with so much information, you know, so many requests being sent to them. And Twitter just pretty much apparently did that to themselves.
Fucking mascot!
You are correct. Yes, thank you, Plenier. I appreciate. It's been a while since I've had to think about DDoS attacks because I don't hear about them as much anymore. Also, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. I was talking about how today is Independence Day and how my level of tolerance for people shooting off fireworks from their homes has really gone down as my age has gone up. So I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was funny that Twitter was just pretty much attacking itself for a little bit there. I don't know if this has changed or not. I'm not gonna keep up with the story. I don't really fucking care. But here, let's move on to this one because I think it's relevant. So I think it's like, what is it? Today's the 4th. On Thursday, Instagram is going to be launching a Twitter competitor. What was it? Oh my God, get the fuck out of here. What was it called? Threads or something like that? Yeah, Threads. So as Twitter users begin another exodus, Mark Zuckerberg awaits with open arms. And I did fireworks. Listen, I like when like my city will shoot off fireworks where I can watch it and I know it's a scheduled amount of time. It's like 10-15 minutes. I can watch it and then I can go home and then not have to worry about it anymore. But just the random like bullshit that just is happening, oh man, it makes me it makes me irrationally mad, and I don't know why. Like I said, it could just be age. I've gotten to that age now. Instagram will launch a new text-based conversation app called Thread on Thursday, just as Twitter users once more contemplate a mass exodus in the wake of conversational change instigated by the social media network owner Elon Musk. Unscheduled fireworks. Listen, and that's all it is for like a week leading up to Instagram Independence Day, and then like a week after. Yeah, regular old Gary Oldman over here. Yep. Oh, Zuck. Gonna be hearing him all month. I would never yell at people. That's not how I roll. So I just was like, okay. So I guess if you're really interested in giving Zuck more of your information, or you're just super tired of Twitter and you're looking for something similar, I guess this is going to be the solution for you. The new app from Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, which owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, appeared on the iOS App Store on Tuesday after an early listing was spotted on the Google Play Store earlier in the week. Threads appears to have a similar interface and functionality to Twitter and other social media platforms like Bluesky and Mastodon. Screenshots on the app show the ability to like, reply, and repost, follow users, and control who can reply to a post. Logins will be handled through Instagram, which keeps the same username and everything. I don't know. If you're super tired of Twitter, is not to use Twitter or anything similar. Damn, that sounds like a promo. I don't know. Listen, whatever. I don't really give a shit about this. It's one of those things that I always feel like is it going to be worth getting onto just to try and like, you know, I always have to use like, I try to use social medias just as like promotions for streams and stuff like that, you know? So like, is this going to be worth getting into just to do that? I don't know. We'll see. So if you guys are all super sick of Twitter, like I said, you can go over to Threads over at Facebook, or Meta, or whatever their fucking company's name is now, on Thursday. So, hey, all right. Also, so next up is, so Magic the Gathering was doing a Lord of the Rings collab. And during this Lord of the Rings collab, they were doing a One Ring card, which was a 1 of 1. Threads is not a great name. It's not. And that was, I don't give a shit about this. That's sometimes I have, you know, I have to share stuff because it's relevant, but it's also sometimes I lose steam halfway through and I can't deal with it, right? So they did a 1 of 1 card, and there was a bounty on the card for about $1 million from, I forget, David Adams Card World, apparently. So this was going to be like a super rare card, and the bounty went out a couple, like I think just before the packs came out, and as of the other day, the card has been found. Someone has found the Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings, the 1 card, which currently has a bounty of $2 million. As reported by The Gamer, the one-of-a-kind One Ring card avoided the grasp of the sticky-fingered children and was instead found by someone who was aware of its value and immediately submitted the card for authentication. Oh my gosh. Authentication with the leading card grade firm, the PSA. The trading card buying and collecting company Dave and Adams Card World upped its initial $1 million bounty of the card and is now willing to pay $2 million for it. Though the transaction has not happened as of the card has only just emerged, the owner of the card also wants to remain anonymous. I just thought this was pretty cool, though. It was pretty interesting. I thought this was a kind of an interesting collab that they were doing. I think there was some other One Ring cards, but there was only one that was printed that was like really high quality or like a holographic or something, and that was like the 1 of the 1, like a special super rare card. I think it's pretty interesting. So it's really the one. It is. I just thought this was, like I said, pretty cool, and I was glad. I guess everybody's gonna be pretty glad that the 1 card got grabbed by somebody who actually understood what it was and then sent it out to get graded immediately. Apparently, it received only a mint 9 grading, which is the second highest. While it seems unfortunate the card didn't gain a 10, achieving the status is incredibly difficult and relies on factors outside the owner's control, like text positioning and printing standards. You would think, though, if they're printing it, it would be amazing. But apparently, I don't know. Someone got murdered for it. I don't know if it'd be interesting. That would be something. It would be unfortunate. It's not worth that. It's not worth murdering for. It's a fucking card. Even the printers can't get a 10 out of 10. Nope. It is the 1. Yeah, but bro, it doesn't rule them all. I'm sorry, man. It doesn't have any special power. It's a piece of fucking paper, bro. Come on, man. All right, let's move on. Oh, this one was sad. I didn't even see this until today. I didn't even realize. Alan Arkin died at 89. Alan Arkin, the Oscar winning star of Little Miss Sunshine, has died at 89. I know Alan Arkin from Edward Scissorhands. I mean, I'm sure there's many other things, of course, but Arkin, known for his roles in Catch-22, Edward Scissorhands, Grosse Point Blank, and Argo, and had a body of work spanning 7 decades, has passed away on June 29th at his home in California. Super, super sad. I didn't even realize. And he might be one of those guys that's kind of hard to pick out. Here, I'll pull up like a picture of him so that this guy. He's one of those guys that as soon as you see his face, you're like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Oh, he had a mustache. Oh my gosh. He's just one of those guys. He's instantly recognizable. Just a fantastic actor. Definitely just a little sad that, that he passed away. Hilarious in Little Miss Sunshine. I have not seen that movie in so long, man. Patton Oswalt apparently had a quote saying, "Did anyone have the range Alan Arkin had? Hilarious, sinister, insane, tragic. No one could live it. No mood he couldn't live in." Which is, I feel like a good way to put it. So, very sad. But as life is, there's a beginning, there's an end. All right, let's go ahead and move on to something a little more upbeat, and by a little I mean very. Julian Sands. No, hold on, Ron. Let's watch this. Let's watch this trailer, and then we'll go over that, man. That sounds like it's sad too, man. So I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago. Power Wash Simulator is going to be getting a SpongeBob DLC. So they finally released an actual trailer, and I think the trailer actually sells it a little bit. So let's take a look real quick.
Well, seems like it's a slow news day here in Bikini Bottom.
Damn, you talking about my news day here?
Oh my goodness! Breaking news! It seems the town has suddenly and inexplicably become covered in a thick layer of dirt and muck. Powerful stuff there, folks. Hey, Tony, any idea where I parked my car?
Listen, I just feel like the art style is good. Kind of, everything kind of looks, like pretty spot on. I don't know. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. And I know people fucking love Power Wash Simulator, so. All right, so sorry. Let's go back over to what Ron was saying. They found Julian's hands remain. Sad, but at least his family gets closure. That's true. That's very sad. Knew he'd be dead, but it's sad. Yeah. That is sad. But like you said, at least the family gets that closure. I'm sure that I'm sure they were preparing for it, but. Damn. So this one I wanted to bring up because just a lot of the shit that I've been seeing a lot lately about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. This is not even anything that I'm super worried about the article or anything, just something I think we can go through and talk about. Partially is, so I'll go through the headline real quick. And Tears of the Kingdom is great, but Breath of the Wild still deserves its acclaim. I've seen a lot of people just shitting on Breath of the Wild because they're like, well, Tears of the Kingdom is just an upgraded version of this. Why would you even play through Breath of the Wild now? And it's like, but Breath of the Wild is a great game still. Like, it's not is it very similar? Yes. But like, is it different? Yes. It's kind of like this weird thing of like, I mean, even kind of the parallel with what I'm going through now with A Link Between Worlds and A Link to the Past. Like, are they probably very similar? Yeah. Are they also not the same game? Yeah. Just because one is similar, or maybe like an upgraded version of another one or something, maybe better graphics or this or that, it doesn't just invalidate, you know, the other game out of nowhere. Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game, and after playing through its entirety, you may be tempted to say it invalidates Breath of the Wild. Why play through the first iteration of this particular Hyrule when the new remixed version exists? You have many of the same landmarks, characters, and enemies, but Tears offers more baddies, the depths, the sky islands, the ability to create masterful war machines. To this I ask, why must we make two strong queens fight? Both of these games are better for the other existing. Tears of the Kingdom wouldn't be nearly as good if I hadn't spent so much time in Breath of the Wild. I picked up Tears of the Kingdom at launch, determined not to experience even a scrap of FOMO, but I bounced off the game, fumbling through the tutorial island, and by the time I made landfall at Lookout Landing, I could see a whole new world out there to explore, but I didn't have much desire. Ultra Hand felt awkward and janky. It was weird that everyone was so pleased to see me when I had no idea who they were, and my biggest achievement was fusing a stick to another stick. Damn, this person's a little bit more cynical than I expected. So I went back to Breath of the Wild. After only a few hours, I had done my homework, and I could have gone straight back into Tears. I had originally played Breath of the Wild at launch and got about halfway through the game after all. I had done my time. Instead, I found myself entranced. I stuck around, fell all 4 divine beasts, completed the master trials, and found a giant horse. Only then did I return to Tears of the Kingdom, and I had a blast. So yeah, it's just this kind of thing where, I mean, this person is just kind of bringing up a lot of the same things that I kind of feel about it. Is just people who have just been upset or being kind of wanting to bring down Breath of the Wild because they're like, well, Tears is just better. Like, it's not better. It's similar, just different. And yeah, I'm really glad that I played through Breath of the Wild. And you know, I feel like, you know, I feel a little of the same, just not exactly the same. I've enjoyed Tears, but I think I may have enjoyed Breath more by this point at my time in it. But I've also, you know, I don't know. It's been a good time though, still. But I feel like, yeah, just invalidating one because of the others is stupid. You should be able to enjoy whatever you want. All right, let's get into our last topic. I want to play them in order, but to each their own. I mean, right. I agree with that. But I also just think that, like I said, it was just weird. As soon as Tears came out, people were like, yeah, but you don't even gotta play Breath of the Wild anymore. That game's now stupid. Like, no, it's not. It's still a great game. And yeah, and all right, I keep getting roped back in. And yeah, even like this whole thing about the fusing and doing all these things, like those things are fun and everything, but it also is just kind of like, it was one of the first things that made me feel like not like I wanted to play Tears of the Kingdom, because I was also like, this is fucking weird. And so it's one of those things, like everybody's like, oh, this is the best thing, like, but some people might be like, oh, that's something I don't really care about as much. And you know, that's the beauty of games, is you kind of get to pick and choose which games are more interesting to you. Internet is like a bunch of second graders. Yeah, that's very true, my dude. Oh, fuck off, Kotaku too. So this one, I just thought, oh my god, this always hits me right in the chest. A nightmare Giga Coaster shut down after someone spotted a massive crack. They even have a video of this motherfucker. Holy shit. I love me some roller coasters. Love me some roller coasters, but good fucking lord, is that scary. Amusement park rides scared. Oh, this is from this fucking person, the writer of this. Amusement park scare the shit out of me. I have a fear of heights, moving fast, and just about everything else associated with roller coasters. But I can usually persuade myself to get on one every now and then. Secure in the knowledge that surely the rides would not be up and running if it weren't absolutely safe, which is why what happened at the Fury 325 Giga Coaster in North Carolina on Sunday is so terrifying. Standing at 325 feet tall, with an 81-degree initial drop and a top speed of 95 miles an hour, the Fury 325 is the main attraction at the Carowinds amusement park. It was seemingly the crack was seemingly first spotted by Jeremy Wagner, a season pass holder whose daughter and niece had apparently ridden the Fury 325 8 times on July 2nd before the crack was spotted. It wasn't until Wagner was headed back to his car from the parking lot that he noticed the catastrophic failure, recorded a video of it, and rushed to warn Carowind employees. Oh, I don't know why I'm showing this. This feels like fear mongering a little bit, and I don't want to do that. I know it's just a roller coaster, but I love roller coasters, and I don't want people to feel like they shouldn't ride them, but this is also fucking terrifying. So I guess just be safe out there. Maybe check the structures of all of the roller coasters you ride on before you go on them. I don't know what the lesson is here, but it's not gonna stop me from getting on any roller coasters, not anytime soon. All right, cool. That is all I got for this week. Oh yeah, that's it. Never riding one ever again. All right, well, you do what you do, man. So yeah, I think that's it for news today, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me during the news, and I will see you all on the other side.